Do a lie. Go lie. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem of the Crypto episode 147.
Oh yeah.
Today is Tuesday, April 17th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
Oh, shout out to Carlos real quick. Carlos Caballero, excuse me if I mispronounced it, but he said he made it to the live video for the first time.
Word up.
Thanks for being here.
Come on in.
Quick shout out to everybody. Jamal J, where you been at, Jamal? Sergeant Crypto, what's going on? Blockchain Shuja.
Oh yeah.
Who else we have? Gia, what's going on? Bitcoin Hippie. What's up? Ramo.
Tessa,
of course. What is up, Tessa?
What up, Von?
Torrance J playlist bomb. What's going on? I know, right? Everybody was like, "What is that?" Ty Cleve, the game I peep. All right, what's going on, everybody? Free Bitcoin Day. What do we have?
All right, so our free Bitcoin goes to Brandon Jones. Congratulations on your comment. Based off of our question, which was, do you think it's right or do you think it's smart to flaunt your crypto wealth in wake of the incident with Ian Bellina? And as far as I'm concerned, I've seen it, with at least 10 or 15 kind of big names. But should you flaunt it was the question, and basically the answer was you shouldn't flaunt it, but you should also take precautions to put it in LLCs or C corps in order to be able to move it, which is very smart from a business standpoint. Because you can get, tax write-offs. You can use it for, you can get business loans later, use it. So, yeah, definitely a good way to go. Thank you for your comment, Brandon Jones.
Thank you, Brandon.
And we sent that free Bitcoin to you.
What's going on, Chi-Town? Joe Juan. We had a lot of good comments on that, too. So thanks for that. There's a lot of funny ones as well. One thing I will say, though, and I saw this on a comment, Cointelegraph just reported on the Ian Bellina thing today. I think it was actually, of course, Molly on their reporting. One of the comments was basically like, a lot of people throughout the article and some of the tweets they pulled from some of the more popular people were kind of either insulting him or saying that, how smart are you to be able to make that much money and then lose it? Or some people were saying it was a hack. One of the comments was basically pointing out, was like, hey, as a community, we shouldn't be attacking each other. Believe the guy. That's what he says. Give a person his integrity, even though we know this is the Wild West.
Yeah. You never know out here.
Yeah, you never know out here. But it's also one of those things where it's like, we can't, you can't have, I'm not going to say the victim, you can't victim blame.
Yeah.
If you really did get hacked, it does suck. You don't want to victim blame because at the end of the day, it's a criminal who did it. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, she shouldn't dress like that. It was like, well, hey, like, whether he's flaunting his wealth or not, does he deserve to be hacked?
Yeah.
So that sucks on that end. But hopefully,
you do invite that intention, but
yeah.
At the same time, like you said, you don't want to see anybody's stuff get taken,
right?
Because like you said, it's a criminal act.
Because if it's like that, then it's gonna be like the biggest criminal gonna win.
Yeah,
exactly. If this is gonna be one of those funny things, like, hey, we let the criminals get away. So
yeah,
hopefully they figure that whole thing out.
Chi-Town, what up?
All right, top story of the day.
Oh yeah,
boom. Pornhub adds crypto payment option with Verge token.
We made it.
I don't know if it was someone on our Facebook yesterday or on our YouTube. They were messaging us, asking us about Pornhub adding crypto in general and our thoughts on it. And we already, I think it was Facebook.
Yeah. And
we messaged back, was like, hey, we think this is a great thing for the industry. It's great for mainstream adoption. Whether you like porn or not, whatever you think about the sex industry or not, it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's huge for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
People watch it, and now they're adding a cryptocurrency to it. So again, that is going to definitely push the mainstream adoption. What is going on with Pornhub besides the normal day-to-day operations?
Well,
when it comes to crypto, what's going on with it?
Well, it looks like, and just from an honesty standpoint, it looks like not much is going on simply because Verge itself, after the news came out, tanked 15%. It looks like what I've always seen with a lot of low liquidity tokens is good news comes out and then the people who have bags dump on the people who try and FOMO buy it. I've seen it over and over. Those huge red candles you see where you see a loss of 20% in a matter of 30 minutes. That's usually what happens when the news comes out. So it doesn't seem like, the news itself would have garnered, a huge rise in Verge. However, adoption based on a use case is how most of these altcoins get bought up. So if they come out with a way, for one, who pays for porn?
Right.
What?
But actually people do. It's crazy. It's
people
like
do. But once you jump over that question, it
right.
is why would I want to
pays for porn? That's funny.
Why would I want to pay?
It's the real freak stand
with
up.
Verge, because then these people got to go to Verge. They got to go to an exchange. They got to clean up, and then they got to buy Verge. Then they got to bring it back to Pornhub and buy it. So it seems like they may have a offboard and onboarding way that's easier, but From a business model standpoint, I think it's mostly hype. However, 30 minutes ago, Charlie Lee jumped on Twitter and said, "Hey, Pornhub, if you want to accept Litecoin, let me know."
But hey, that's how it starts.
They literally were like, "We thought you sold all your Litecoin." He was like, "If you accept Litecoin payments, I'll buy more Litecoin." And that's what I'm saying. Like, he just came. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's big. It's a very small token. Verge trying to get it done. They're on NYC right now. They actually have a truck with Pornhub and
who's that? Verge?
Yeah, Verge is on it. So. Like I said, it's a good enough story for an altcoin, but I don't think it's something to lose your mind over.
Right? No,
not yet.
It's definitely not that big of a story, but it's good again for that adoption. I saw what was it? Asked about adoption for porn or adoption for crypto. P-Man Van for crypto, of course.
Yeah.
But Pornhub VP Corey Price added in a statement. Not only is this an exciting announcement for us in the adult entertainment industry, it's exciting for the crypto space. History has proven that the adult entertainment industry plays a critical role in adoption for innovative technology. Mm-hmm. We saw that with VHS, Betamax, credit card payment icons, and most recently VR goggles. We expect to see widespread adoption of crypto and blockchain in short order. That I do agree with. When it comes to the adult entertainment industry, sex industry, criminal industries as well, not saying they're the same, but criminal industries as well, they adopt technology faster than anybody else. I mean, that's just the way the world works.
You gotta be moving. You gotta be quick.
You gotta be, and he's actually right. When it came to that VR goggles and stuff, they did adopt that pretty early. I that's becoming big, I guess, in the space or whatever. So I agree. Verge is the first one, but a lot of these porn sites and stuff. I think Pornhub as well, whatever. Don't they have like the different girls have their own channels and stuff? And they can charge how they want, or even independent ones. I mean, Backpage is shut down now, so we know a lot of. That industry is scrambling in different places as well.
Instagram.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
All the back page
you
girls.
took it there. All right.
They went to Instagram.
While that's actually probably a strongly true statement, I'm going to ignore that. LA. We got 4th grade class watchers, man. All right.
They need to know the world.
That's true, though. I'm with you on that. Hey, I'm tired of hiding. Listen, you kids need to know the truth, all right?
Yeah, not trying to be explicit. It's the world you live in, brothers.
So anyway, yeah, places like Instagram possibly or Pornhub and all these other places, they can now say, for the first time, wait, what's this Verge token? Well, I don't know much about that. I don't like it, but, well, can I do Bitcoin or can I do an Ethereum one or can I do this or that or other? So, yeah, I mean, this is a good place we're going, I guess, in the right direction because at the end of the day, everyone, a lot of people watch porn. I won't say everybody, but, you got governors watch porn, Congress people, you got right wing, left wing, this, that, other, whatever. So,
yep. Just like crypto, porn brings everybody together.
Too funny. All right. With that being said,
fat daps on the way.
Swiss banking industry to be hurt the most by blockchain, says new Moody's report. I'm over here laughing at you.
Oh, yeah.
Credit rating giant Moody Investor Service said in a recent report that blockchain tech for cross-border transactions could potentially hurt banks in Switzerland more than in any other country, CNBC reported yesterday, April 16. What is going on with Moody's report in the Swiss banking industry?
Well, the Moody's report is a very popular report used amongst institutional traders as a credit rating agency. They are the ones who they rank whether or not your bank has good enough credit to go forward. And one of their reports, they actually talked about how cryptocurrency could take out places like Switzerland's economy, so to say, because they rely on fees. They rely on revenue from the different banks. Also, Swiss bank accounts are very popular as far as moving your money offshore. So if you can do that by yourself without the use of a bank, and you can do it quicker and cheaper, why would you use them? So they're basically saying the Switzerland will have a tough time battling the cryptocurrency industry, which every industry will have a hard time because they don't have any solutions. All they have, basically is what they've always had, which is a stronghold on the cross-border payments and being able to send your money overseas from rich people. But now you got people that are rich enough. They're like, hey, I can just buy a good amount of Bitcoin.
That's what they're not getting. There are now people rich enough that don't need to use these legacy institutions. Period. Yeah. And they're finding that out the hard way. But I mean, I think it was either Sergeant Crypto or Ramo who said something today on our Discord group. Mm-hmm. But how did Switzerland miss this? How did Switzerland? For them to be the go-to place for people to, store their money offshore, of course. I mean, they really missed the boat. I would think they would have been in crypto first, starting to get those reserves up and all that type of stuff. So I
was going to say, I think people in Switzerland have adopted crypto because it is sort of a crypto nation. It's the banks in Switzerland who have that person behind them that are like, yeah, you can bring it up if you want in the meeting, but we're not implementing that into this bank. We're not doing Bitcoin payments.
Right.
This is what we do. So I think that's why you don't see it, but
especially when you look at probably who are the directors, owners, CEOs of those banks. I mean, come on, it's kind of like what Don Draper said the other day, 70, 80-year-old grandparents that run the show.
Yeah.
So like you said, they're 20-something-year-old intern or executive associate or whoever comes in and say, hey, I got this great idea about crypto.
I'm sure you do.
You're right, exactly. Exactly. They're like, all right, you can go back outside.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hey, another one that will hopefully get the picture or not. I know the P-Man Van just said that banks should stop fighting and figure out a way to profit. Don't be left behind, old people. No, you know what? At this point, let's leave them behind.
Yeah.
All right? Like, let's leave them behind.
They've had a couple years to hear about it.
They've had a lot of chances to do a lot of things they don't want to help. That's fine. And plus, we need that experience. I mean, I'm being serious when I say this. We're going to need to hire a 50, 60, 70-year-old old TD Ameritrade exec Coinbase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to hire these people, and they're going to need jobs. So we'll continue to lead and innovate, and we'll put them to work while we're on our yachts and everything else as the roles reverse here soon. So let's definitely keep that going.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, cognitive dissonance. That's true.
Yeah.
Have we heard about
a lot.
Crypto BABB, decentralized UK accounts for anyone? I have not heard about it. Have you heard about that yet?
Nah, haven't heard about it, but yeah, it seems interesting.
Yeah.
Decentralized
We'll have to
UK.
check it out.
Nice.
Bank of Japan, here's that word again, people, that we are learning to love.
Oh my God.
Central Bank Digital Currency. Molly, you have to stop putting that in print.
CBDC.
Like, don't feed them. The CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, is the new word that was just established about maybe 45 to 60 days ago.
Yeah.
Could destabilize existing financial systems, says the Bank of Japan. The Bank of Japan's deputy governor spoke negatively about the effects of central bank issued digital currencies. Again, that's their new word they're making, CBDC, because they want you to get used to it so they can start selling it to you. Right, exactly. On the current financial system in closing remarks at a fintech conference. Now, of course, one of the negative effects we talked about actually a week ago, and that's if people do adopt these central bank digital currencies, then it will possibly actually cause a bank run. Because it will, the state will be behind it saying, yeah, you got this is good to go. And that, of course, make people say, well, current digital currencies are the future. So that might cause a bank run. So I'm assuming that's most of the negative effects he's talking about. But also in his remarks, he was saying that not only would it have a negative impact on central banks in the current financial system, but the reason why it could is because he's quoted as saying, the issuance of central bank digital currencies for general use could be analogous to allowing households and firms to directly have accounts in the central bank. This may have a large impact on the aforementioned two-tier currency system and private banks' financial intermediation. He's basically saying that if digital currencies do become the future, then people, even if it's a central, it's a state-backed central bank digital currency, then people want to need to use regular banks, which will cut them out.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the point. That is the point.
They're gonna eat themselves.
That is not a problem.
That's not a problem.
They're saying this like it's a problem because they're saying, hey, we need banks in this two-tier role, which they call the current two-tier role, where it's a central bank communicating with other banks. And of course, we go to that bank and they tell us that they don't have all our money. They're charging us high fees for our money. It takes multiple days to transfer our money. We try to take out more than $9,000, $10,000 of our money. They want to sit us down in an interview, and then the government's going to come down on you. So they're saying it's a bad thing and it can cause a financial crisis to circumvent all of that.
Yeah. Well, let's bring on the crisis.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not seeing the bad part of this story, but
yeah, I honestly think cash is still king overall.
Right.
However, we don't have that much cash in flow. Like, there's I think 3 to 5% of cash is usually in banks, and then the rest of it is all digital. So we're already using digital currency at a 95% clip.
Very true.
With 95% digital anyway. With the last 5% is what people are counting on. So good luck getting your cash out if you try to in the bank run. You're going to have to have some CBDCs.
Right. Ty Cleb, great comment. Want to highlight this. Banks don't understand that crypto is not owned by anyone but used by everyone. They just want to be an ownership label on something. Yeah. It's that thing. They just cannot get, it's in their system.
It's so corny, dog.
And that's what it is. Honestly, these are the kids who got picked on at school. Yeah. Like, honestly, these are the ones who couldn't create anything, who couldn't stand up for themselves, who couldn't do anything. So they banded together and formed what's called governments and regulators now. And cartels, banking cartels. And they're saying, well, now we'll show you.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, really, think about the majority. And this is not to diss anybody who's at banks, but, I mean, it just is what it is. Think about the majority of people who have high-tier positions at banks. You have to be incredibly smart. You have to know a lot about money. You have to study history. You have to be in those books 24/7. So most likely you weren't going out hanging with everybody the first 20, 30 years of your life.
Nope.
You were doing banking things. That's why they're on Wall Street. They go crazy when it comes to the nightlife. We'll just say that. You know, they start to go crazy. This is the first time they've seen it, late in their 20s or early 30s, whatever. So,
28-year-old virgins.
Yeah.
Out here crunching numbers.
So
they're going to get some Verge.
So that's too funny. Their whole basis is control, power, and regulation, which is why that's what they do with the regulators. They can't do it on their own.
Yeah.
And now crypto is forcing them to have to do things on their own. So
yeah, because I know, you know, some people don't realize this, but when everything you thought is, you know, happening or going to happen, and then one day somebody just comes and crushes it, that is a hard thing to take. That is hard. If you spent your whole life learning something, thinking this is the way, it'll never change, and then something comes out the blue, Black Swan event, and then boom, all of a sudden you're like, I have no clue what to do now. This is what we're seeing with CBDCs.
Yep, it is not. Adapt, people. The world's going to change. Like, I mean, even after this 10 years from now, the world's going to change 10 times over as fast as tech is moving. So get with it or get left behind.
Oh, yeah.
IMF's Lagarde counters crypto warnings with new praise of potential benefits.
Of course you do.
And now you might know IMF, Christine Lagarde. She's the International Monetary Fund manager, basically one of the largest banks in the world type. We've had her on many times as Dino of the Day, as praising her comments. She is what they call in U.S. politics as a flip-flopper.
Oh, yeah.
She is on whoever's side that is winning. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not mad at her, whatever, because she's like, hey, maybe I don't fully understand this thing, but I'm going to be on the home team when this thing is over. So literally every month, at this point, she's flipping sides, whether crypto's good or bad. Right now, she's on the winning side again. She's praising it for its benefits and all that good stuff. You can see here just last month, she cautions against the dark side of cryptocurrency and all that good stuff. But now she's saying that, hey, understanding the risk that crypto assets may pose to financial stability is vital if we are to distinguish between real threats and needless fears. That is why we need an even-handed regulatory agenda, one that protects against risks without discouraging innovation. I wonder who's going to create that even-handed regulatory agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
It hasn't been even-handed so far, but we trust you to finish
I didn't get
strong.
a vote.
Right. But, again, we talk about mainstream adoption. You're talking about big banks and all that. It's good to see whenever she praises it, but we're not going to necessarily praise her specifically because she keeps going back and forth. We can praise her today, and literally tomorrow she can be like, we should ban all of it. Like, I woke up on the wrong side of bed. So
yeah, she is a puppet.
Definitely a puppet.
Nothing she says to me is really counts because she, like you said, flip flop.
So this is a great comment. I want to highlight this. Excuse me, mispronounce your name. Kashta Tariq said, "What happens if the banks buy a majority stake in the whole market cap? That will only cause the price. Yeah, exactly. The price would skyrocket. So people always say that as one of the fears. That would be great if all the banks got together right now and said we're going to buy up all the Bitcoin. For one, they couldn't because everybody's not selling. Yeah. And then two, the price will that 250,000 we're supposed to see in 2022. We'll see that this year if that were to happen. So that's good. I mean that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I mean people think. Honestly, if they bought it now, they would, take it over. No, people like us that have had it or are buying it now, we're ahead of them. We're actually in front of the game that they're trying to enter, so they would just make you rich.
Right, or just make the price keep going up.
So.
Honestly, the only thing that's keeping the price down is the FUD people and the media manipulation. It's causing the regular mom and pop people to either just be scared to stray away from it or not to buy it or to sell it. And that's what's causing that. And to this day still, when you look at the technology, Bitcoin is still on the right path. Like, no, it has not been a huge setback yet. There's been infighting. It's been trying to, forks and all this other stuff. But the tech itself, the blockchain tech and Bitcoin merged together.
Pushing forward.
Has been pushing forward. So, look at it like that.
Absolutely.
Cryptocurrency exchange Kraken. Oh, my goodness. Where does it go? Pulls out of Japan. This is pretty interesting. We were talking about Kraken not too long ago with a lot of these exchanges as being one of the ones that will possibly sell soon. I can see that happening as well. Oh yeah. But what's going on? Why are they leaving Japan?
Well, a few businesses have been leaving Japan lately.
What's going on?
Because they are open to crypto exchanges, crypto innovation, but you got to pay them. And that's what they're basically saying. With the cost of business is too high.
Right.
Because, I mean, Japan is, it does cost a lot to live there already. And then when you throw in on top of that if you want to run a crypto business, you have to pay exorbitant fees. And I think the tax rate there is something crazy, like 60% or something. So,
for cryptocurrency.
For cryptocurrency specifically. So people are leaving Japan because of the cost of business. But in my opinion, it's just a money grab. And then they'll reduce it over time as more people enter the crypto space. Because it'll be enough people where they can, budget it. But yeah, Kraken is leaving Japan officially. It looks like because cost of business is too high, and we keep trying to tell people that if you have regulatory stuff in place that pushes out business, you're only gonna hurt yourself.
Right.
But I think they do have a long-term plan, and Kraken is Kraken. Yeah, it's whatever.
Right.
I don't really like it, but as far as big exchanges go, yeah, you do want to see exchanges like somebody said Malta. Yeah, they probably end up in Malta. Because Malta is basically like, yeah, come on, please, come here,
right.
Bring your business, bring everything you got.
And with Japan, as a government body like that, I can kind of see why the rates. I'm not saying it's okay, but I can see why they're overcharging. And basically, it's because they're like, all right, we are literally protecting you all with our military and our island location, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone else, all the other central banks, don't want this thing to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to progress, and we are giving you safe haven. We don't know how long this is going to last.
Yeah.
Maybe crypto lasts another 5 years. Maybe it lasts another 100. We don't know. So because of that, these exchanges that are making billions of dollars at this point, or hundreds of millions, we're going to take 60, 70% of that because we
can.
Because where else you going to go?
Yeah.
The only thing with Malta, actually, when I put it like that, you think about it, Malta. I mean, what's up with their military?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everybody can relocate there if they want. If
I think your boy for Binance, I think he got something for you.
He got something for him?
He got something
Okay.
for you. I don't think he would move his operations there unless he had something going. Because like I said, that's a real gangster right there.
That
dude
is
runs
true.
Binance. So
Ripple calls on UK regulators to end the wild west of cryptocurrencies.
Bruh.
Wow, you talking about ironic, people? All right,
irony.
This isn't even a real story, but basically, Ripple came out. Their head of regulatory regulations, Ryan Zagone, urged British regulators to find a balance between capturing risk and enabling innovation. He pinpointed some 3 principles for regulation, all that stuff. And he basically said, or not basically, he's quoted as saying, we're at a time now where we need more clarity in rules and we need more certainty. It's a good time to start revisiting that wait-and-see approach taken by regulators. All right, people, here's the thing. Ripple clearly has established themselves as having market dominance. Whether deserved, earned, or whatever, they are up there in the top few cryptos. So, of course, now you want regulation. Of course you want to push out the Wild West and you don't want these new improved and better decentralized cryptos coming.
Exactly. They basically want them to change the rules to benefit Ripple only, because Ripple's the only cryptocurrency that's that big and that's that centralized. So and they only work with banks. Like, it's no use case for a regular person cannot explain to me why they need Ripple. You can buy it as an asset. Like, I want to buy it, the price may go up. But as a use case, there's really no point in having Ripple. From a trading standpoint, it is trading around at a pretty low support zone area, so it could moon. It could.
Yep, Kasha just said that.
Yeah. It could take off because, like we've said, a lot of these coins, pretty much, if you remember last altcoin season, every coin went moon. But who sticks around long term? Like I said, a year from now, look at CoinMarketCap.
I mean, Pure Coin was number 5 in 2016. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's what we're saying. What we're saying as far as these coins are trash.
Yeah, we're not saying not to trade them because Pure Coin was a good play for a lot of people a couple years ago. But there's a ton of coins that are different, that are totally different top 10. Ripple as well. Yeah, it looks like it could possibly moon. So, if you're going to make your money on it. What we're saying is moving forward as far as actual adoption and what we should be using as whether globally or individually.
It's for banks.
This isn't the one to use.
It's just for banks.
It's the one to trade with.
Yeah, and I think banks, if they can use a cryptocurrency, they'll use their own. Like, it's basically like, why would we use Ripple? But hey, they got enough money to bribe and pay for, to get on exchanges, things of that nature. Hey, do what you got to do.
Yeah,
it is
again, it's not negative. This is just, it is what it is. It's like, it's kind of funny, and we're going to call it out. But yeah, from a business perspective, just like Coinbase. I mean, I can see Coinbase doing things like this soon as well, trying to make the regulation even tougher and more stringent and keeping out competitors. That is what you do as a business.
Become friends with the lawmakers.
That's what you do. So
get them to arrest your competition.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up for everybody else trying to get into space. But it's definitely funny for them to end the Wild West of cryptocurrency. It's like, you guys are the you are the Wild West.
Y'all started it.
You've been pumping and dumping for too long now. Like, what do you mean?
Y'all started it.
Yeah, so pretty funny story. But again, hey, for all those people who love Ripple, keep on loving it. Hopefully it works out. For all those who don't, like somebody just said, I think it's Torrent J Playlist said, trading into fiat. Exactly. Trade it, make your money, and get on out of there. Yeah.
Wouldn't stick with it.
And last but not least, Russia's Telegram BAM is a big convoluted mess. You can see that here on the Verge.
You don't say.
Right? I think Sergeant Crypto sent this out earlier. Basically, we talked about Telegram the other day, how Russia was talking, I think it was on Friday, and Russia was speaking, saying that, hey, maybe it could be days, weeks, months. We're going to launch an operation. We're going to shut Telegram down. Well, they actually launched that operation, people. And instead of just shutting Telegram down because it uses, in the most non-technical way I can explain it, is basically they use different servers and different ISPs and different things to try to route traffic so it can't be caught by the government and all that stuff. But in turn, these are also the same IPs that Amazon, as you see here, Amazon uses, Google uses, some of the cloud platforms. So on this large-scale banning, it caused a lot of collateral damage. Where it looks like, let's see, this manual guy is tweeting, saying Telegram using Amazon's AWS to bypass Russian censorship. Now, if you were that type of person, what would you do? Certainly not block these IP addresses belonging to Amazon, right? That would be stupid. Because they did it.
Because they actually did.
Blocked a lot of IP addresses belonging to also retail chains, banks, Amazon servers, and the like. So in turn, almost, a big portion of the country services went down, including banks, online stores, retail shops, and all that good stuff.
This is what happens when you try to mess with innovation. Because I don't think they were ready for that. I don't think
they were not ready for that.
I think these people who are in control right now,
they clearly don't know what they're doing.
They think to themselves, okay, we don't like this. We're going to take it out because we're the government. We can do it. And then they're coming up against people who are like, not anymore. And that since, the 80s and 90s with a lot of these coders and developers and network people, they are the smart people in the world. Like, I don't know why people don't understand that.
Keep fighting back.
It's not exactly. It's not the people, that run the country who are the quote-unquote smart people. They usually pay them to come in and become,
And now they don't want to work for them.
And now these people, we found a way to make money without you. So it's like, I don't even want to work for you. So if I figured out a way to, like they said, they routed the ISPs where it's connected through Amazon. That's funny. They shut down other businesses trying to take out one. So
you can't even do anything.
Can't even do anything. Yeah, you gotta leave it alone. Like we keep saying, leave it alone.
Right, let it grow. You will not win this war. It's one thing we said from day one: the war is already over, people. Like, it's literally over. This is just the ugly battles in between. The war has been won. Crypto is here to stay. Like, that's happening. Right now, it's just to the point of trying to, have market dominance, first movers advantage, try and take things over, trying to be the main regulator. Because all these regulators are going to do, don't get it twisted. You think they're going to come up with an elaborate regulation scheme and then stay in that position next 20 years and maybe run for governor or something? No. They don't come up with these regulations and they're going to leave like the BitLicense guy did. They're going to start their own firms.
Exactly.
And they're going to offer consultation services to the same regulations they created. And they're going to get paid. And then maybe 5 or 10 years later, they'll run for office somewhere and keep the same game. Exactly. Keep the same game going.
The Digital Assets Bill of 2019.
Right.
Shut up,
Crypto would have the country. It says here on the Verge, alongside the block, Russian state-backed media has served up scare stories like, quote, 5 acts of terrorism organized on Telegram. Wow. Now, we'll say, just speaking of Telegram in general, it's trying to, it's advertising themselves as a privacy app. So you're going to get everything on there. You're going to get good, bad, and ugly. You're going to get people talking about crypto trading. You're going to get people talking about crypto kitties, regular kitties, cats. And you're probably going to have people in there talking about terrorist activities as well and gang-related stuff and all the negative things that this world has to offer. That is what a free market looks like. That does not mean you ban it because clearly it doesn't stop anything because Telegram, again, is a new service. WhatsApp is a new service. All these services, all these technologies are literally in the last 5 or 10 years brand new, yet terrorism and all this other stuff has been going on since the beginning of time. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop it. But yeah, that's that. Torrent J Playlist. Banks has lost already.
Yep, they're just
Yes.
trying to figure out how to keep the loss to a minimum.
Right, trying to hit that stopgap.
Yep, basically.
All right, for the free Bitcoin today, what do we have?
All right, so for the free Bitcoin, what do you think about people leaving companies to go, leaving their bank companies to go to blockchain companies? Do you think it's positive? Do you think they're bringing good insight, or do you think they're actually messing up the crypto industry because they're trying to change it to the banking industry? Let us know what you think. Put your public address, and we'll send you that free Bitcoin.
As always, thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow morning at 10ish. Until then, cheers.
Have a good one.